Hello, hello. I hope that you had a great weekend. Here in Southern Ontario, the weather is quite windy today, so I think fall has officially arrived. Um, Today was actually a fun day because I was able to go to our Stamp to Create team meeting, and it was just kind of life breathing to be able to meet with people with the same interest in paper crafting and be able to spend a fun afternoon with them. So that was great. Hopefully, if you weren't doing yard work like raking leaves today, you were able to stay indoors and drink some warm tea or snuggle under a warm blanket with a book. Um, so it looks like everything's good to go. This is Sunday stamping, and yes, it is earlier than usual. I have an appointment that I'm going to later, so I thought I would jump on at 5:30 instead of 7:30 so that I could craft with you this evening. Last Sunday, I took the night off because it was Thanksgiving. I hope that you were able to join with your family for Thanksgiving and enjoy a nice holiday meal or get together with those around you. So if you are new to my page, my name is Jenna Moore. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in London, Ontario, Canada. And every Sunday, usually at 7:30 Eastern Standard Time, I go live and share with you what I'm working on in my craft room. So different card projects, new products, perhaps techniques from week to week. So it's just my way of sharing with you my love for paper crafting and hope that you are inspired by something that you would see during these live videos. Tonight, we are going to look at this month's Paper Pumpkin kit, which arrived this week, and I was crazy excited because the Christmas cards for Stampin' Up! Are always so nice. And so I was looking forward to my kit to see what kind of cards they would have this year. So, and I was super excited because it coordinates with one of the suites in the mini catalog, which I will show you as well. So I'm going to flip my view here, and so you can see my table, and hopefully the lighting is okay. Okay, so this is October's Paper Pumpkin kit, and yes, October is usually the month we would receive the Christmas card kit because we want to make sure that you have enough time to create your Christmas cards and be able to send them out before the holiday season is here. So this is a really fun box. This would be a great box after you're done with it to wrap a Christmas gift in, or put some stationery in or something like that. Hold your Christmas cards before you send them out. It's a beautiful box with the tree pattern. We did see this box beforehand, so knew that it was going to be a special box. So like I said, this one is called Peaceful Christmas, and I will show you the contents inside. So one thing I wanted to mention is that some people will ask me, do you know what we are getting or what will come in the Paper Pumpkin kit? And the answer is yes and no. So Stampin' Up! Gives us a small piece of information, some months more than others, of what will be in the kit. The part of the fun of the Paper Pumpkin kit is that you don't know exactly what the project is going to be, and that's what makes it a fun subscription box. So this month we knew it was going to be holiday cards, that there would be 10 cards, and it would coordinate with the Peaceful, what is it called? Peaceful Place suite. So I'll show you that suite in a second, but we'll look at what's inside. So these are the cards that are in this month's kit, and I'm trying to avoid the glare here. So the two different designs of cards, and these beautiful envelopes, which I'll show you. So every month in a Paper Pumpkin kit, you get a full set of full color instructions so that you know exactly how the cards are supposed to go together. And on the back of the instructions, you get a photograph of everything that's in your kit. The the kit component. So this one says contains supplies for 10 cards and 10 envelopes. It gives you the coordinating colors. So if you have additional items in your craft stash that you think you might want to coordinate with, they let you know that the colors are basic gray, real red, shaded spruce, and silver foil. You do get all of the social media information here. There's a list of coordinating products on a website, and then you do get what we call alternatives. So what that means is instead of doing the projects the way that they're intended in the instructions, they give you samples of how you can use the kit contents to make other projects that are slightly different. So if you have additional items in your craft stash of these coordinating colors, you could bring them in and make different projects. So we'll put that aside. So every Paper Pumpkin kit has its own exclusive stamp set. So this is a stamp set you cannot buy in any current catalog. It is exclusive to this kit. I have stamped them all out so you can see. I'm probably need to wait. Oh, there we go. So I've stamped these in Shaded Spruce, which is this month's ink color. So you can see there's some beautiful sentiments, this beautiful tree stamp, and then the snowflakes, which this one I'm going to show you tonight. This is the ink spot, so you do get at least one color of ink in your kit. You get the adhesives you need to complete the project, so you get a sheet of Stampin' Dimensionals and glue dots. And you get the embellishments, so there is some red baker's twine and these pretty glittery adhesive back sequins, which hopefully maybe this will focus. Too close probably. And if this was your first subscription, so the first time you sign up, you do get a stamping block in your kit. So it would look something like this. So when you get your first kit, this is not something you want to throw away, because you will use this on your subsequent kits with the stamps. And then we get to the goodies. So there are 10 card bases, so 5 in Shaded Spruce and 5 in this beautiful pattern of the trees. So like I said, this box coordinates with our Peaceful Place suite, which is in the mini catalog. It's on pages 36 and 37. So this suite has designer series paper, sequins, ribbon, an embossing folder, stamp set, and dies. This is the Peaceful Cabin bundle. And then there's also snowy white velvet paper. So one of the sheets in this designer series paper is actually this pattern. It's so beautiful. I actually have some of the paper because quite honestly I've used quite a bit of this paper already, but this is specialty designer series paper, so I don't know if you can see that, but it does have silver elements in the paper. So of course double-sided, as all of our designer series paper is. So the Peaceful Cabins, these are this sheet of cabin paper, and then the other side has that silver foil detail. There's this beautiful paper with the silver detail in the back, and then I will show you, this is the one that is similar to the Paper Pumpkin cards. So you can see it's that same design, just in a bigger sheet. And then this one I really love too. I have to show you this one. Look at that silver detail on these trees. Just absolutely beautiful. So if you're into more monochromatic cards, that paper set is great for Christmas cards. So we have those card bases. Then, like I said, there's these beautiful envelopes with the silver foil trees on them. And then we have some die cuts. So with this kit, you don't need an embossing machine or a die cutting machine. All of the die cuts are pre-cut for you. You just have to pop them out. So we have a few here. I've used most of them, as you'll see. There's some banners in here. There are some vellum trees, which I'll show you. Then we have these silver foil Noel cutouts, and also some labels with silver foil detail for your greetings. And so what I want to show you are some of the cards that I've put together, and then I'm going to show you how to assemble some of the cards. So we'll start with, actually I'll show you. So I haven't done any of these cards so far yet, as the project instructions have indicated. So I haven't done any of them so far the way that they're intended. But I will show you one tonight with just a bit of a change up. So these are some of my alternatives. So that's what we call it when you do not use the pieces for the projects the way they're intended. So I'm going to zoom in so you can see what I've done here. So when I saw these card bases, I just thought they're so beautiful. I could turn this into 2 cards. So if you cut it in the middle and trimmed it down and you had some extra paper, you could create 2 cards out of one of these card bases. So that right there is a great value. You've already doubled 5 of your cards. So I chose Shaded Spruce cardstock, which is one of the coordinating colors, and all the rest of it is from the kit. So I just trimmed down this card base. I used all the die cuts. I did pull in my real red ink pad, but I could have used the Shaded Spruce that came in the kit. This is the twine. So there's that one. This one, I've used only the supplies from the kit. So I have that buffalo check background. That's one of the die cut pieces. This piece here, this strip here, is actually one of the envelopes that I cut with my trimmer, and I just cut the, oh, I'm having issues here. I just cut, I don't think it likes the silver foil. I just cut the trees here. And then I use that on my card front. This is one of the sentiments in the stamp set. I brought in basic gray ink, which I have in my stash, but again, could have used the Shaded Spruce that comes in the kit, some twine and some die cut pieces. This one here, I've pulled in one of the pieces of paper from the DSP pack that coordinates with that suite, and everything else is from the project kit. So the card base, the die cut buffalo check background, the circle, the banner, the little jewels, and then that beautiful Noel in the silver foil. And then this one here, I've brought in a piece of white cardstock and another piece of that designer series paper from the coordinating suite, and everything else is from the kit. So the snowflake stamp, the die cut, and this stamp as well. I have used the Shaded Spruce ink with this card. So the 2 I'm going to show you tonight are this one, which is a slight variation of the one that's in the instructions. And then I'm going to show you how to turn the card base into 2 cards using just a few extra pieces, few extra additional products to create these cards. So I'm going to zoom out a bit here so you can see. So this first card is everything from the kit, and I've just added one extra tool. I'm going to actually try to add some light here. Okay, here we go. So to start off with, I am using one of these Shaded Spruce card bases in the kit. I'm going to fold it in half and use a bone folder. So you don't have to have a bone folder. This is just my preference. And any of the adhesives that are in the kit you could use on this card. I'm choosing to use different adhesives only because I have them in my craft stash. So next I'm going to find one of the die cuts. Now that I've got everything in a pile here, I need to sort through. Okay, so this sheet here, I'm going to pop out the gingham background. And if you didn't have any other adhesives, you would use the glue dots provided, and you would put them on there, or you could use the Stampin' Dimensionals, put them on there, and then put them on your card front. I'm going to use Stampin' Seal only because it's my preferred adhesive, and I'm going to mount that in the center. Okay. Next, I'm going to take one of the vellum trees. So it was hard to see these before. So these are pre-cut pieces of vellum with this lovely tree design. And with these trees, this is where I've kind of stepped them up just a bit. So I'm going to move this to the side. So I have added to these trees Wink of Stella. If you are not familiar with Wink of Stella, it is a glitter brush. So it comes, oh, mine's coming apart. So let's put it back together. Okay, here we go. So it's a glitter brush pen. Let's see if this will focus on here. Probably not. And this is available in the annual catalog, and it comes with the glitter pre-filled in the pen, and it has a brush tip, so you use it the same as you would use a paintbrush. Wink of Stella you can add to anything to make it have that just little extra bling or shimmer. So all I'm doing is you squeeze the bottom to get a little of the glitter to come down to the brush tip. Don't squeeze it too much because a little goes a long way. And I'm just brushing it on. Now I'm not sure if my camera will pick up the shimmer, but I will attempt to show you this after. So I'm just using it like a paintbrush, and it's very forgiving, so I don't have to worry about being neat. You do want to have a scrap piece of paper underneath this because, as you can see, I'm painting on the grid paper I have. So let's see. If I see even down here, you can see that shimmer. So let's see if it will focus. It may not. But you can see in the light that just extra shine that I'm getting with the glitter. So Wink of Stella, if this is something you don't have in your craft stash, this is a must, I would say. This you could use on flowers. I use it a lot at Christmas to make snow or to make anything look shimmery. And then I'm going to put this on the card. So you would use the glue dots on the vellum, and with glue dots they kind of do show through the vellum, so you want to be strategic about where you're going to place them. So I'm going to place them where I know that the banner is going to hide the glue dots. Oh, it's stuck to my finger. So I'm just going to use 2 because I think that's really all I need. I'm going to put that down just in the bottom. Okay, so you can see that one glue dot there showing through, and that's okay because I'm going to cover it up with that banner. So in the die cuts, I'm going to take out this piece of gray, and that's kind of where I want it to be. And I'm going to put a couple of Stampin' dimensionals on the back. And then I'm going to hide, I'm hiding that glue dot. That's my only goal in this step. Now, in the instructions, it does not add the baker's twine here. So this is just something that I've chosen to do. I've just taken a little bit of the twine and cut it. I'm just actually going to put a bit of adhesive down just to hold it. Okay, there we go. And again, I'm going to have a banner across, so it's okay that it's showing. So I've got one of the red banners from the kit, and I'm going to attach that to my card using some more Stampin' dimensionals. Now if you found the Stampin' dimensionals were too big, you could cut them in half, but they do actually fit across this banner quite nicely. I'm going to put that there. And then the last thing I'm going to do is add one of these beautiful Noel silver foil die cuts. And I'm actually going to use white glue. So the glue dots will fit perfectly fine here if you want to use those instead. And I'm just putting adhesive around the middle of the Noel because I don't want adhesive all over the place. And I know that it's going to lay across the banner. So I'm just going to put that there. And then it's done. So as you can see, yeah, you can see the glitter down in here, the Wink of Stella. And then to finish it off, I'm going to add some of those gems if I can find them. Oh, here they are. These are absolutely beautiful. The camera will not even do them justice. They are kind of like an iridescent sparkle gem. And I'm just going to add a couple of those. See if I can focus in. And there we go. Oh, there. Now the Wink of Stella. You can see that glitter on those trees. Isn't that beautiful? On the vellum, die cut vellum, if you have tree dies that you want to cut out some vellum and put Wink of Stella, that just takes it to the next level. Something super simple. You just need that one tool and you're good to go. Okay, so that's our first card. So the second card here, I'm going to show you how to add just a few extra pieces in your craft stash and kind of double the card bases for this one here. So for this one, I'm actually going to cut this down into 2 pieces, and I'm going to show you with my trimmer how to do that. So this card front is a basic size card front. So the standard size in Canada for a card front is 5 1/4 by 4 inches. So this piece I know is a basic card base, which is 8 1/2 by 5 1/2 inches. So I need to cut it down. So the first thing I'm going to do is cut it in half, and there is a score line, or I know to measure it at 4 1/4 because that's where I would typically score the middle of my card bases. And now I have 2 pieces that are 4 1/4 by 5 1/4 or 5 1/2 inches. So I'm going to cut this down to 4 inches. So it depends what side you want to get rid of. I'm okay getting rid of this side. So now I'm down to 4 inches. So I just need to cut 1/4 inch off the other side. So I think I'm going to do the bottom here. So 5 1/4, and I'm just going to trim that off. Okay. So you would do the same with the other side, and then you would have 2 card fronts to work with. So if you are interested in making your own cards, a great card stock to start with, if you're looking for kind of how do I start making cards with some basic supplies. So this is a piece of our basic white. I'm going to see if my camera will focus here. I don't know what's going on. This is our basic white thick cardstock. It comes in sheets of 8 1/2 by 11. And to make a basic card base, all you're going to do is cut this piece of cardstock in half at 5 1/2. So that you end up with 2 card bases at 8 1/2 by 5 1/2. And then if you're using a Stampin' Up! Trimmer, it has a cut blade and a score blade on it, so you can actually score your card base right on the same trimmer. So I'm going to turn my cardstock, put it in at 4 1/4, and put in a score mark. Okay. So now I have 2 card bases and 2 card fronts. Okay, so now you've just doubled the cards that you can make. So I'm going to put one aside, and I'm just going to work with the one. So I'm going to take the card base and fold it in half. Use that bone folder to burnish the edge. And then I'm going to glue the card front on. Did I cut this right? I swear I did this the last time. They must be bigger than a basic card base. Okay. 4 by 5 1/4. Oh, I took the wrong one. I cut the other one. Oh, goodness me. Okay, now they're both cut to card fronts. Okay, and I didn't do this one before. Okay, yes. They are basic card bases. Cut 1/4 inch off both sides and you're good to go. Zoom back in here. Okay, so I'm going to glue this on. I did that exactly the same way. I picked the wrong piece when I did this one. At least I'm consistent. Okay, so I've got my Stampin' Seal on the back. I'm going to mount this in the middle, and that's on there. So this is the paper that has that beautiful foil, the silver foil detail. It's got its own bling, so I'm not going to use Wink of Stella on this one. but I am gonna grab one of these die cuts. So I've got this one, actually my two last pieces of die cut material. We're gonna use these together, but I don't really want the circle with the green up. So I'm actually gonna turn this over. So another great way to use your supplies, if you don't want to use the colored sides of your die cuts, you can turn them over and now you have white pieces. So on this one, I'm actually going to stamp the snowflakes to make a background on this circle. So if you don't have any ink colors, a great one to start with is black, because you can use this for a lot of your cards. Black is it's neutral, so you could use it on almost anything. So using black ink, and you could of course use the shaded spruce that comes in the ink pack. So I'm going to take out the snowflakes and mount them on my block. So you would do the same thing with your block that comes in the kit. I'm going to stamp that up, and I'm just going to stamp the snowflakes around in a random pattern. There we go. And close up that ink. So bring back my card base, and I'm going to put this here and I'm going to glue it straight down. So you can use glue dots, white glue. I'm using my Stampin' Seal. And then I'm going to use this wood grain die cut, and I'm going to put it on Stampin' Dimensionals. And actually I'm realizing I glued it down too close to the edge, so I'm just going to move it over, because I want this to be sort of in the middle. So there we go. Got that there. And then I'm going to add the Noel again, the silver foil. Okay. So to glue this down, I'm going to do the same thing I did before. I'm going to bring in my white glue. Put that in the middle of the Noel. And then I'm going to turn this over. Hi Sharon, hope you're doing well. Thanks for watching. Yes, yes, exactly. These cards are very classic, traditional, red, green, and gray. So they're just beautiful. Okay, so I've got the Noel on here, and then I'm going to add some of these gems. And I'm just going to put one to either side. There we go. So two different sort of variations. This one I used the basic gray cardstock, but if you didn't have that and you just had the white, it goes perfectly with the white cardstock. Okay, so there's two different ways that you can just so easily step up the paper pumpkin contents with very little additional products in your craft stash. So hopefully this gave you some ideas of how to take your paper pumpkin kits and just step them up, or utilize them so that you have double the cards for some of them. Try to think outside the box, but having said that, you do get great instructions with the kit, and these are beautiful cards, and anyone who receives them should be blown away by the fact that you're creating handmade cards and sending them for Christmas. So hopefully you enjoyed that. If you have any questions about Paper Pumpkin, about the subscription process, let me know. A Paper Pumpkin subscription is a great Christmas idea for somebody who's into paper crafting, or someone who's just starting in crafting. It's a great way to introduce them to it. You can buy a prepaid subscription and give it as a gift, and they can go sign themselves up and enter the code for that. Leading into this, so piggybacking sort of on the Paper Pumpkin idea, there is a kit class coming up. So kits will be featured in November's specialty stamping class. This class is happening Thursday, November the 4th from 7 to 9 p.m. And the beauty of a kit class is you can choose any of the kits that are currently available, and let me know which ones you want. I'll order them and have them ready here. This is an in-person class, So you can choose either the holiday kits. There's this card kit that's available. We do also have a tag kit, but I noticed this morning that it's not available, so I can't guarantee that it'll be back in stock by November 4th. But there are other non-Christmas or holiday kits available that you could choose for this class. In a kit class, I always provide door prizes. So with each kit that you buy for this class, you will be entered into our door prize. And the kit class is $35, and your RSVP deadline is this Thursday. I'm just checking the date. So October the 21st, because that gives me enough time to order your kits and make sure they're here for our class date. If you are interested in subscribing to Paper Pumpkin, we do have some information about November's kit. These are the previews that we've received. So this is everything that I know about November's Paper Pumpkin kit. So it is, do we have the name? Gifts Galore is the name of November's kit. And as you can see, it features this fun snowman design. It includes enough supplies to create 9 oversized treat boxes, and there is the option to purchase food safe bags. No, not this one. It comes with food safe bags. So how fun is that? You can put cookies or candies or anything in there. And they are 3 different designs. So not only snowmen, but there'll be 2 other designs. And it arrives in this fun box. It does come with an exclusive stamp set, and the ink spot will be Flirty Flamingo, which is pink. So if you're interested in learning more, you can visit my website at jennascraftingstudio.com. And if you're interested in subscribing to Paper Pumpkin, this is the link here. If you have any questions about anything you've seen here tonight, please drop me a comment and let me know. Otherwise, I will see you again next Sunday for Sunday stamping at our regular time, 7:30. Have a great night and have a great week. Take care.